Bitcoin is creating another major bull flag pattern, and this man yesterday bought over 12,000 Bitcoin worth an approximately 872 million US dollars, and that is his largest Bitcoin buy on daily basis ever. So this is massive news here. The spot Bitcoin ETF inflows are going exponential right now here, and this is showing us major interest from institutions. So on today's update video, I'm gonna be talking about why Bitcoin didn't pump on this massive Bitcoin BlackRock buy, and also I'm gonna be discussing in general what currently is going on here in terms of the most important charts and patterns, which are telling us something about the hype we're currently seeing, what the market is currently reacting on, and yes, what we are expecting is going to be happening next in the upcoming days here. Because in 4 days, it's time for the US election, and I think major volatility is going to be imminent, because yes, if history is any indication, guys, we are about to get major volatility. So without any further ado, guys, I'm going to be discussing many more important charts here. So don't forget, once again, slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So first of all, we're seeing that Bitcoin is creating a new major bull flag pattern. I mean, after we had that massive rally towards the upside, Bitcoin saw a slight little consolidation phase towards the downside, and now it's finding support on the lower side and resistance on the top side. And really, if we're starting to zoom in here, the moment Bitcoin is going to be breaking above any of these resistance lines on the top side or the support line on the lower side, that is where the next major breakout on Bitcoin is definitely going to be taking place here. So I think Bitcoin is actually looking very strong right now here after we created this massive rally higher, and as soon as we do break above the top side of resistance, we're just going to be seeing that next move. But before diving further in towards technical analysis, I quickly want to be discussing that yesterday BlackRock did their largest Bitcoin buy ever through the ETF. So this is massive news here. Also yesterday, we had the second largest day ever in terms of inflows on the spot Bitcoin ETF. And yeah, really what we're currently seeing is just major inflows on those ETFs, guys. And this is just massive news here, because basically what we're seeing right now here is a sign of institutional FOMO. And the question really is here, yesterday BlackRock bought 900 million US dollars worth of Bitcoin, but why didn't it move Bitcoin so heavily? So my thesis is that because Bitcoin is literally trading against all-time highs, right? So what we're seeing basically is loads and loads of sellers are literally getting absorbed right now here. So people that want to be getting out of the market think that, okay, Bitcoin is at 73K, I want to be going out here. So they exited the market, but at the same time, BlackRock buys millions and millions of dollars back here on the market. To be exact, they bought 872 million US dollars. So basically what is happening right now is that we're clearing sell orders. And as soon as all those people that are interesting to sell off their Bitcoin around this level are out of the market, that is the point where we're going to be seeing that next exponential rally higher getting started. And in all honesty, the spot Bitcoin ETF is going quite exponential. And yes, this is by far the most successful ETF ever launched here in history. And that is because of the fact that we're seeing such high inflows on the first year of this ETF here. But you have to understand, whenever this bull market is going to come here, these days that they're buying like about $1 billion every single day are probably going to be normal, because in this bull market, these major institutions are having a gateway to actually buy and FOMO into Bitcoin. So yeah, I think we're going to be going much higher. On the previous rally here, we also saw major buys from BlackRock and all the other spot Bitcoin ETFs in general. So guys, we are looking just very bullish in my opinion. I mean, in terms of charts, we're currently trading above this major level of resistance and trading against this level of resistance. We're in this very small little compression, and as soon as we do have cleared all the sell orders on the top side, which I think we are about to be clearing all of them because we've been consolidating for such a long time already. But as soon as that happens, guys, yeah, we are going to be seeing that next breakout towards the upside. And that is, of course, also this bull flag pattern, guys. We're trading in a bull flag pattern, and this pattern is likely to continue higher. And honestly, I've been discussing all these previous data points here that in 2020, with a very similar pattern here, also a bull flag pattern was getting created. We saw a retest, and then we pumped higher. And I mean, here also, you can see it on this chart, it looks very similar. All these times in the previous bull market, how it started right there, looks very similar towards this bull market this time around here. And in all honesty, I think that this is one of the worst periods to be actually flipping bearish on the market. And I am very much aware that currently we're not really seeing retail interest returning on the market. And in the previous bull market, just later in that rally, like whenever we broke above the all-time high, and we still continue to rally, that is where the retail FOMO came back in towards the market. And honestly, I think that the bull market was really getting called as soon as we're having retail FOMO back in the market. And as soon as that is going to be happening, we're going to be thinking about, okay, when is the top going to be in for Bitcoin? And usually whenever we see retail peaking in terms of hype, that is usually wherever the top is going to be in for Bitcoin. So I'm going to be discussing all this data also in the upcoming bull market. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I am definitely going to be sharing the most important data points for my rest of my life here. This is my job. This is what I do here, and I will share all the data later on as well. And yes, if we're going to be comparing Bitcoin to gold and S&P 500, we're seeing that basically they created very similar charts, and whenever they broke above their previous all-time high, they also really skyrocketed higher. And in terms of Bitcoin, guys, I think a cup and handle pattern is literally in creation right here, and in all honesty, this breakout is about to be happening, and whenever this breakout does happen, we're going to be getting a major continuation. And you can see it also over here. We're just looking very bullish on the breakout. I mean, last time around, whenever November was about to be getting started, we also had a major rally towards the upside, and something similar looks to be happening this time around again here. And yes, in approximately 4 days and 13 hours, guys, we're also having the US election. And if one thing is for certain, this vertical line is basically the time that the US election is going to be hitting the market. And you can see that in history data, like according to historical data, in like the first 3 to 4 days, nothing really happens afterwards. But then, out of nowhere, we're starting to go exponential. I think that this time around is going to be similar because usually it takes like 2 or 3 days here before we exactly know who the winner is going to be. And as soon as we do know who the winner is going to be, the market is probably going to be reacting on that here. So I am very excited for what is about to be happening. In all honesty, I think we're going to get once again exactly the same here until it's proven otherwise, right? So I believe in a 4-year cycle until it's proven otherwise. And the US election is clearly signaling that we're about to be having some major volatility. And yes, also one thing for sure, altcoin season, if we are looking at all these data points, guys, is literally about to be happening also in like 30 to 40 days right now here. So a little bit later, but altcoin season is always coming after that first initial hype on Bitcoin. So I am still preparing my bags here also in altcoins because I just think you can make so much money in it. Of course, you need to do your own research, but basically almost all the data is telling me that altcoin season is likely to be happening in like 30 to 40 days. And if you want to be trading altcoins or trading Bitcoin, whatever you want to be doing, but I think that trading altcoins is of course the most profitable because that is where I made my initial money from in the last cycle. You can do so on Blofin. And if you right now sign up an account using Blofin in the link description of today's video, guys, that's the highest link right here. You can first of all claim these insane deposit bonuses, but also on Blofin, you do not need to do any KYC, which is of course extremely nice here. Also, Blofin has loads of pairs where you can trade on with altcoins, and more importantly, they don't have market makers. They don't have in-house market makers, which are basically very good because then they can't trade against you. So honestly, if you want to be trading Bitcoin without any KYC, check out Blofin. If you want to be trading Bitcoin with KYC, check out Bybit in the link description of today's video. Further on, we can currently still clearly see that Bitcoin, of course, is clearly showing us many signals that the market is likely going to be increasing. I mean, I showed you these already 2 to 3 weeks ago here, and you can see that basically Bitcoin is knocking against the all-time high, which is $73,770. And yes, we're very close right now towards that level. And in all honesty, guys, we've already broken this major downtrend, which we've been creating for a long time, ever since we broke above this high right here. I've mentioned that also in my videos, and now the trend is just looking upwards, and we're breaking out of the consolidation phase. We're breaking out of the bull flag pattern. Things have never looked more bullish in my opinion. So Bitcoin is looking very strong here. You can see it's about to be breaking above new all-time highs. And in all honesty, guys, if we're just looking at this monthly time frame, I've been discussing it so many times here that this consolidation is just ultimately very bullish. You're seeing a bull flag pattern getting created on the monthly time frame, but more importantly, you see Bitcoin consolidate around this level, which previously around provided resistance, now flipped into support. And yeah, most likely this is just going to be breaking out higher towards like 100K, 150K, and yeah, beyond that, to be very honest here. So Bitcoin is looking very great in my opinion. And likely we're going to be seeing a big continuation from of this exact level right here. So yeah, this was it for me in today's update video, guys. If you did enjoy it, learn something from it, don't forget to stomp on that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.